Hi guys, welcome back to the tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to learn something like set modeling and texturing and lighting also. So this is completely for beginners, and once you go through all the video tutorial, start working on the same thing. This is also going to be a practice class, and here I'm going to create something like a small set. I'm not taking any particular reference for that. Let me show you some small set, something like a hills and small house, and next to house I'm going to create something like a lighthouse, and other side of the house I'm just creating a tree like this. This is very small set. Let's get started. So here I'm just taking a plane, and I'm just giving 8 into 8 divisions, width and height. Okay, and select these vertex and pull towards sky, and other line here also just something like this. So here what we are, there is options numeric 1 2 3. So 1 is just normal as you see, and 2 is, you know you see the smooth as well as outline also, where you can hold the particular vertex and you can move it. And the 3, numeric 3 is completely smooth. This is going to be only for display, where you can see here only, you cannot see that in render. So let me show you. This is already we have discussed about what is render. I'm going to take in a software. So as we see here, we cannot, it cannot be rendered in here, like hard surface like that. So what I'm doing here, this is for display purpose only, to check whether the shape is sufficient or not as per my imagination or reference. I'm just increasing that he little bigger, and this is going to be a small one. See, something like this. And what I'm doing, that's it. So this is okay, fine. So what I'm doing here, create a camera. So there you can see create, and you can see cameras. Take camera. So you see some there are many settings and preference. You need not to change any settings and preference. So once you take the camera, so you have to see through the camera. For that, what I'm doing, this view, here you can see planars, panels and camera. Okay, so now you are able to see through the camera, right? So when you move the camera, you can see the camera here also is being moved. So first of all, we need to adjust the camera. For that, what I'm doing, I'm just giving a small, some basic level of material. For here you can see material, where you can also find in rendering. So something, you can take this Lambert material, or you can also right click over the geometry and you can assign a material Lambert. This way also you can give it, or you can also click here like this. So once you get the material, you can go to see that here Lambert 2. Okay, so there you can change that color of the material. Something I'm giving something like a green color, something like this. So now I'm able to see that like this. So select the camera now, and you can adjust like this. And here You can also see through the camera like this, and you can also enable the grid lines, frame lines. Fine. Now adjust that properly, and here increasing height, and the small one I'm going to little bit down, something like this. That is fine. Cool. So I'm also changing some kind of you know um, image size, rendered image size, something like full HD, something like so 1920 into 1080. Okay, this is the full HD. Fine. I'm changing view little bit like this. This is okay. Once you know fix the camera, that is okay, it's sufficient as per your imagination, whatever it is. Select the camera. Here you can see select the camera and go to the channel box. Here lock the all the properties, just like here you can see lock selected. Now you cannot move that, you cannot change that camera, you know, even if you select here you cannot. So it is fixed. For this view we are going to work. Okay, here I'm going to create a small house and lighthouse and tree, and also we are going to work with unwrap and texturing and lighting, traditional light setup. Okay, fine. So in this what I'm doing, I'm just adjusting little bit this line towards my benchmark, what exactly I wanted to show, something like this. So also you need to check out in camera view is the very important to develop complete thing. So in this thing, so if I feel it is okay, fine, then I can go to the next one. So I need to create some house here. For that I'm just taking a box, place it over the here. So we have already discussed about the measurements. So how many measurement, you know, how many units does this one unit can be a square inch or square centimeter or meter. These all things we can also learn as per industry standards in next classes, but this is just for beginners how to work with the modeling and texturing. Okay, we're also going to all the advanced level as per measurements and all in next classes. So right now I'm just developing a small house here. Something like this. Okay, fine. Here what I'm doing here, I'm going to insert a edge. Okay, take move tool. There are many other tools and shortcuts and modeling advanced level bonus tools and all. Those all tools we'll discuss step by step in next classes. Okay, once you insert edge loop tool, and you know you can increase the, you know, it's like towards house. I want to create something like a house, right? Something like this. Okay, fine. Then select this. Here I'm using Control E for shortcut, extrude option. So I hope you know the what is extrude. So extrude you can just scale like this. If you click this, you know, button, you can scale as per global, you know, axis, something like this. Yeah, that's cool. And the side faces I'm just extruding, same Control E. and down like this, and again Control E, and other side also. Control E. That's good. And after that I'm going to create something like, generally in villages we can see like chimney, we call it is I think so, it is smoke, you know pillar, something that I want to create now. So insert edge loop tool somewhere here, or here I can create. Yeah, here, and here going to be door height. Here we are going to door, and here window, this place. Okay, so now what I'm doing here, select this particular face, Control E, extrude, again Control E, extrude, and Control E, something like inside, and you can delete, that is not a problem. We are going to show here, just this is what actual our view. We're not going to show you from this angle, so not necessary to, whether you can also close it, is not, you can also close it, you can also delete the particular area, that is your wish. Every production, every pipeline have their own style of working, they have their own guidelines and checklist. It is depends on their production. Okay, scale up to somewhere around this height, and add one more insert edge loop tool here, something like this. So first of all, let me make it little straight. Come to the side view. So you can see these two lines are not equal. Select these two lines and let's scale towards equal. Then so now Control E, extrude, and that is fine for me. And here let me bring this house a little bit up, so I can see clearly. Again I can keep it down over the ground after some time. Here this is going to be door, Control E, inside, and delete. Okay, and here window, Control E, and extrude inside, and delete that face. Fine, this is cool, right? Fine. And then next what I'm doing it here, I don't need this many of lines, so I can select all these edges, or you can simply you can select like this, all the lines are selected, so I don't need. Or you can also, there are many tools, you can also use paint tools. Not necessary to delete, even let it be. So what I'm doing here, I'm just selecting the only faces. Control E, extrude down. Okay. And again what I'm doing, select these faces, Control E, extrude like this. Control E, extrude others, excuse me, sorry. You have to select only one side. You can also select all the sides and you can also extrude like that also. That is not even matter, that is up to you. Control E. We are not going to extrude back one. Okay, this is sufficient. Fine, this is something like a small house. And if you want to create, not necessary to create completely very highly detailed door. You can create something like take a cube and you can modify it, something like create something like a door. See guys, when I'm taking the box is there, somewhere it is came it exactly at the middle of the grid line. What I did it, hold the V, first take move tool and hold the V and middle mouse and drag here, it's snapping to the particular object. Okay, right. Then you can scale it, right? So I'm just scaling towards door dimensions, something like this, also fine. And change the pivot point, hold the D, oh sorry, you can just click D or hold the just D enough. And once you change the pivot point, again hit D. In old versions you have to hold the D, I think so, but here not necessary to hold, old Maya versions and all. Fine, now you can turn this way, or you can make the other side and then open just this way. Fine, this is enough. Fine, and okay, then what I'm going to do, I'm just creating something like take a cylinder, reduce the subdivision axis up to 8 or 10, 8 enough. You can also make it something like, instead of something like 12. Okay, and place it here, reduce scale something. I'm just scaling down and something like this. Control D for duplicate. I'm just creating window grid, that's it. Okay, So this is a kind of a small house. This is sufficient for me, and I'm just creating a small kind of lighthouse, something. I'm taking again here cylinder, for that cylinder I'm just giving, I'm not cap 0, scale down. Okay, what I'm doing, little bit. Okay, fine. Control E for extrude, again Control E for extrude. I'm just making Control E again for extrude. Okay, fine. And here again Control E. This time I'm just scaling like this, a little bit up, and Control E again, extrude, and Control E again, something like this. This is sufficient for me. Okay, fine. What I'm doing, so I need one more edge here. For that, insert edge loop tool, I can fix here. Alternate faces, I'm just selecting here, and Control E, something like pillars. And over the, here I just want to something create cap kind of stuff, take curves. Here you can see CV curve tool. Here I'm just creating something like this is enough. So I make center pivot, so hold the D. I hope you know all the surface tools and all, how to revolve all these things. Okay, so come to the perspective. So here I just make it reset, polygons, control points, and just apply. So you can see something shaped like this. Simply you can select that mesh, go to the here you can find something like a mesh display, reverse, then automatically you can see the normals and all. I hope we have discussed about normals in last class. Also we'll discuss in next classes what is normals and all. So normals is nothing but face directions, if the face is directing towards outside or inside. Okay, so that is what we will see again. So I made it this one. Still you can adjust that particular shape. Something like this. So the revolve which you have given, still you can increase the sections, so we get more smoother. The inputs, you can see the history is will be saved in the particular inputs. Once you delete the history, you cannot see all these things. So, but finally we have to delete the history only. It is a bit confusing. We'll also discuss about what is history and all when we learn with advanced level modeling and all. What is the importance of the history and what is the importance of the deleting history and all everything. So this way you can increase the sections to get smooth. So this is sufficient for me. So now I'm going to delete the history. So delete type of history. Now you cannot modify any kind of, cannot give any sessions and all. So whatever you have applied, insert edge loop tool, whether revolve, whether the curve and all these things, the history is deleted here. Okay, once you delete history, you cannot get back those options. All right. So when you create, the center pivot is exactly over the grid line, the center of the grid line. So you need to bring that pivot point middle of the object. So for that, what I'm doing here, modeling center pivot. So for that center pivot, hold the center pivot and bring that mesh to the towards the light pillar, adjust it properly, this way. So you can see that there is house and light pillar, lighthouse here, and we need to create a tree also. For the tree, what I'm doing here, we have default trees in Maya where you can find in paint effects. So go to the windows and where you can see here content browser. In this you can see there are a lot of projects and which you have done before, project settings and all these things. A lot of project sets you do it right. All this you can find here, file. Here you can see examples. So paint effect examples where you can see trees, mesh trees. Yeah, trees and trees mesh. Somewhere any you can take any of the tree, something like see how it is, and you just take any of the tree, something like this. Simply select and draw like this. That's it. You can see the tree. There are many tree settings. When we discuss about paint effects and all paint related classes and all, we'll discuss about all these properties. What is scale and all. You can increase, decrease quality of the display, or scale also. You can see end bounds. Fine. Different types of seeds. So right now this is sufficient for us. No need more. So modify center pivot, and I'm just adjusting this tree next to house, placing tree next to house somewhere here, and this house I'm just placing over the ground. Select this vertex, not tree here. So sometimes the priority is to select the trees. So sometimes you can, when you're selecting the particular vertex, see automatically the tree is being selected. What I'm doing here, so you can disable, show here. You can see paint effects. You can find somewhere here, paint effects, stroke. Okay, so you cannot see right now. So easily you can select that particular vertex and you can bring down. So again, if you want to see back the stroke, I mean paint, you can enable the stroke, then you can see. So there are many other tricks and techniques to work with you know all these departments. We will learn step by step all these things, something like this. Fine, you can also close inside or outside, it depends on you. And this lighthouse, and just place it here, or you can also adjust the ground a little bit. And this one, you can place next to house like this. Here now you can see this in camera view, or not necessary to put exactly next to house. Make sure the camera view is very important. It should little, um, artistic, something like sceneries. We used to draw sceneries on our sky, school days. And adjust properly, just like this. You can also put this tree behind of the house like this, and also you can make little bigger. Yeah, this is sufficient. Okay, fine. So this way you can develop a small kind of scenery when you are in beginner. So something like this. Fine. Now the next class going to be unwrapping. We are not going to use advanced level unwrapping and all, and texturing and all. We are going to beginner level texturing for this, and lighting and all. So I hope you understand how to develop a set modeling basic level. We'll also work with advanced level set modeling and all. So all these things. Fine. Now what I'm doing, I'm just selecting the camera, just unlock all these properties, unlock selected. Now I'm adjusting camera a little bit like this, little bit more. Just like this, unnecessary curves you can delete. And if you have any doubts or any email me, or you can comment also. I'll definitely get back to you. Or also I can make a video instead of giving reply. May not give reply for I have many channels. I can develop a tutorial on the particular your doubt and I can upload it. Yeah, this is fine. Then select the again camera and lock the values. Now you cannot move that. So this is 5 minutes. Okay guys, this is sufficient for me. So we are going to texture, and we are also going to apply lights and render with software rendering. Let's see you next class.